I sat over there last time and I was in a really weird chair. So.
I thought Kara said that. No.
Seconds to walk in and then start it. Hi, Kathy. Hi. I'm stuck in my finger.
They have blood dress.
Is Harold coming tonight?
He's not.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the school?
No,
it was at the event center in
Arlington. And then
Call to order.
call to order. So we just did it.
We're good.
Committee members, we have Meg, Sarah, Randy, Kathy, Ron, and Katie. I have no, and Dino, who's no guests tonight. I didn't know if Kristen was coming or not.
Good, how are you?
Was everybody able to review the January minutes that Randy had sent?
January. Last month.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody want to approve those minutes?
I'll approve.
Anybody second?
I'll second.
Perfect. All right. Did you guys have a chance to look over the agenda when I sent it this morning?
Thank you, Katie. I'll approve.
Perfect. And second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So we will move on to the survey. Do you know, is that what you have here?
Yeah, if you
Okay.
want, I can walk you through it.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So basically, you'll see my scribbling on a couple of these pages, just because time is running short and I didn't have time to make it pretty. So the first question was, how often did you or anyone in the household use the city pool this season? And I thought it was really interesting. It was either a few times or it was all the time, and not a lot of in between, which I think opens up a lot of opportunities for you guys to promote the pool in different ways to different people. I will say that most of the people that responded to the survey were frequent users of the pool, so just be careful when you're looking at the information, and realize that most of the people who responded here were there 8 or more times, and so it's only some of the feedback is from people who were there part of the time. All right, that was the first page, and then this, to save a little paper, I printed on both sides. I usually don't because I can't stand it, but this is a big one. So the back of the first page is what are the reasons you or anyone in your household didn't use the pool more. You can see just a pretty good cross-section of reasons. I had to write in a couple of those where the formatting truncated some of the words. So the ones that I wrote in were too expensive and schedule conflicts. And then down below, I copied and pasted the other remarks. Like if somebody clicked other, they could then type in a reason. All those reasons are below. And you can see a lot of really good feedback here. It's a lot of people had scheduling conflicts, lack of amenities, not interested, they don't live nearby, so really good feedback there. On the next page, what are the reasons you chose not to purchase a season pool pass? Interestingly, 76% of all the respondents did not have a pool pass this year, so this is really good intel. And I was really pleased to see the first one. I didn't think we'd use the pool as much as we did. That's a great sign, right? Like people didn't think they'd use it, they're coming back. And that was a big, 50, so almost a third of people that responded to that. So I thought it was good. Some people weren't aware that there was a pool pass, so we need, maybe some better signage down there and better promotion on the website and Facebook. The pool pass was too costly, had fewer than 20 people say that. About 20 respondents have a pool. I was encouraged that even though they had a pool, they were still using the city pool from time to time.
Who are all these people in Strawberry Point that have a pool? I mean,
There's a
do you know
lot.
anybody that has a pool in Strawberry
Yeah,
Point?
no, there's a lot, because I see when they ask if the fire department can go and fill up their pool, I get probably 30 or 40 requests a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
in Strawberry.
in Strawberry,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, but I like the pools are a little different now. Like now you can have it used to be you'd have to have a permanent pool in place. And now they make them where, they're seasonal, they can fold up at the end of the season and refill them. And, yeah, it's a little different, but anyway. So then on the next page, we have, again, all of the other, please specify. So here's a great cross-section of reasons. We don't have to read through every one of them, but everything that you can imagine is on there about, why they didn't have a season pool pass. And a couple of surprises up there, but nothing out of the ordinary. The next page was in terms of improvements. This one gets a little, these are hard when you're doing the rankings. It's there's no really easy way to have a graphical sort of show. So what I did was I took each of the amenities that we had identified and I wrote on there what percentage of the respondents put that amenity in their top 4. So let's see. So the first one was lighting for night swims. So 45% of all the responses had lights in their top 4 priorities. The next one was renovated bathrooms, guardhouse, 73%. Yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was predictable.
But there was some question about it too, because remember, a lot of people were like, well, the kids don't care and how many adults are using it. This is clearly important to the adults who are responding. So, yeah, kids might not care about it, but maybe we'll get more adults to use it if we had a little nicer amenity there. Sound system for music and announcements, only 29% had this as a top 4 priority. Upgraded furniture, lounge chairs, tables, etc. 58% had this in their top 4. And that was pretty big with, kind of like a number 3 being the standout there. The next page is better accessibility. Only 38% had better accessibility in their top 4. But you also have to remember, who's responding to the survey. These are people who are frequent users of the pool. Somebody with an accessibility issue might not be using the pool, might not be taking the survey. So I kind of discounted this and thought accessibility is sort of a city responsibility more so than an amenity. So take that for what it's worth.
I think you skipped the shaded area, which was 74%.
That was on the back.
Yeah.
of it.
Oh,
That
on the
was-
back of it. Yeah, that's huge.
That's good to know,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we kind of thought that, a lot of people mentioned it, so that's a really good one. The one that really surprised me was the rock climbing wall. I thought this would be a grand slam, and only 9% of people had it in the top 4. So, kind of a big big miss there. 53% said a slide would be in their top 4. It seems less exciting to me to have a slide than a climbing wall, but this is pretty solid.
And not a lot of places around here have those, so people might not have any idea how fun it could be.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautification, I think.
Yep, beautification of space, decking, stonework, 21% had it in their top 4. So it seems to me sort of a volunteer project, maybe, get different clubs involved to make it a little bit pretty, but maybe not sink a lot of money into it. And then the age of the primary user in the household. 80% of all the users of of these responses were under 18 years old, split evenly between like birth and 10, and then 10 and 18. So that's a pretty good feedback. And then if the pool offered specific programming, here you see night swims was kind of the standout, with swim exercise coming in a close second, and then just a lot of feedback. And then the back of this page starts the section of any other comments.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes these are really interesting reading, so I skimmed these. I didn't edit them at all, so if there's something in there that's lewd or whatever that I didn't catch, I apologize, because usually when we have a city survey with an open comment section, we get some really flavorful comments.
I was just reading that.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna hold up.
TDLR.
Yeah, I didn't know if what was behind it stood for anything, like.
And that is the survey.
I mean, for having it open 1 week, we had 191
Yeah.
responses.
Most of the surveys come in within 3 days. So it's like after 3 days, it's dead. Like, it just trickles.
Is that the final number then, was the 191?
I mean, technically it's still up, but
Oh.
I haven't had a response in 2 days, I think,
Oh, 1
so.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good response though.
It's a great response. I mean, to put this into perspective, I come from a municipality of 55,000 people, and when we would put out a survey like this, we'd get the same number of responses
Yeah.
out of 55,000 people. So
Wow.
this is a good 20% of the population, the adult population here. So, I mean, you can take these responses as gospel across the rest of the population. Like, this cross-section represents pretty much how everybody would feel if you were to make everybody take this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what?
This is the acronym.
What does CLDR mean?
Where is it in the comments?
It's on the second page of the
Any
page
further
of comments. And then it says, I don't want to have to lifeguard for myself at the pool due to lack of safety.
I don't think that's an issue anymore.
too
I think
late
that
here,
was
Roger?
an issue.
Too long, didn't read.
It's
what-
Oh.
Really?
No.
These
will be fun for later.
I did tell him. I told him
What is
to
it?
lifeguard too.
Too long to read.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, that gives us some extremely good feedback for our next discussion about what did we do and when.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, let's see, the shade, the furniture,
In the bathroom.
the bathroom, and then the light.
Well,
That
and
was
the
45, there might have
accessibility,
been 50.
we got some good news
45.
on the accessibility.
Fine.
I talked to Daryl earlier, and he had mentioned
Yeah.
that he talked to Swales and thinks that we would be able to put in stairs for about $1,000,
Okay.
which is a miracle, like really.
Yes, that is
'cause,
really awesome.
yeah, I was expecting it to be $10,000 to $20,000 with engineering and everything, but they have an engineer that they use that has agreed to do the drawings and the engineering to get
Okay.
it state
That's
approved.
good news.
Good, we don't have anything right now, do we?
No.
We just.
No.
Just that one step in
That
the.
one step in the
Yeah, wow, crazy.
Yeah, the leap of faith. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so.
Really bathroom shades, slide and furniture, or the.
Mhm. Those are the biggest ones.
Any comments on that from anybody? So
So is there a budget that we work with, or that we have money, is there a set amount that we can look at, for instance, if we need lights, or if we need whatever else, if we're gonna redo, whatever we would like to have redone?
Yeah.
Obviously it goes through the other committees, but is there a budget we look at to see what's available, so we know
There's not.
what to...
So the process for this would be for you as a committee to make recommendations about what we want to see happen down there, and then our public works guys will start to price everything out, and then we'll start plugging what we can into the
Then
budget.
we'll sort it out again.
And, yeah. Yeah, because, like with the shade option, we could go with a $3,000 option or a $30,000 option. So once we kind of narrow this list to the focus things, then I can have the guys start pricing this out, and then we'll have a better idea. So what we will do is like upgrades to the bathhouse. We're probably going to do that in the spring, and we have budgeted money for it. So we're not going to tear down the building, but we can gut the inside, put up new walls. We could put new nozzles and stuff where needed. Clean everything up. Put some some of the feedback I had was in the men's room to put a shade up there between the showers. So I think we could make it really nice. Maybe if we can get some free labor from the pool committee and their friends and family, maybe we can paint, the whole place and like really make it look as nice as possible without gutting it and, starting from scratch, which obviously we don't have the budget to do in this next year. I do think that a long-term discussion should be had here, though, about how much money do we want to pour into the facility as it is, or do we want to start thinking about tearing that facility down and building a new shelter house, guard room, maybe a little restaurant area, like we could do it piecemeal and try to keep making improvements, or if you want to think long term about, down the road, spending as little as we can now and putting some money away to have a bigger facility in 5 to 7 years. That's also an option too. So, and I don't really have a strong opinion. Like I didn't grow up using the pool, and probably not a frequent pool user myself. But it's it's obviously important to the community. But I don't know how important it is to the community to have a new, brand new facility, or if the facility that's there just needs consistent work and upgrades, and is that good enough? Like that's something that you could answer as a committee. And
I think for me, it kind of depends on what we do. If we do anything different with the pool, would we need that space? And then, I guess it just depends on our long-term plans for the pool structure itself. But yeah, I think it would make sense to take care of some of those items this year to kind of answer or respond to the survey. Yeah.
And maybe see how many people are utilizing it. If we do more promotions, can we get more people to purchase pool passes? Can we get more people to have their birthday parties there? What can we do to bring money in too?
Yeah.
And this year will really show, as long as we're open and we do what we say, and the lifeguards are paying attention. And
I think with some of the things we have in the thought process anyways, I think there's going to be a lot more hype to the pool this year. And people are going to be expecting it to be a bigger deal this year because of how it was last year. And so even, kicking it off at Strawberry Days, having a float, all the lifeguards, the kids that won the drawing last year to be on the float, and bringing that stuff in, things like Free Fridays, that we're going to get out into the community and be talking to local businesses to see who can support an evening of free swim for kids. Get them in there, pack the place.
Well, and having, I think, an open house showing maybe all the new amenities that we could have in place as soon as possible. We'll continue upon that vein also.
Yeah, we could do an open house kind of coupled with like a fundraiser. It could be a free will donation to get into the pool that night or something, and then maybe even come up with food or something to make it special.
Really draw them in. And since this went out and they listed these things, people are basically probably expecting these things. And if we can deliver them, all the more better.
And especially if as we go, as we're opening the pool and getting everything done, you know, just showing those like little pictures and getting that out there, like, I think that will really build up the hype too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, and everything,
So,
Yeah. So I think the purpose here is to use the data, have the discussion, make an official recommendation of where you want us to start pricing stuff out. Because each of these, like shade options, you know, we could come up with 4 or 5 options across the board of price, and you know, and it's, you know, like I'm in the middle of budget season right now, and so like I'm up to my ears in work, like 12-hour days for the foreseeable future. So I want the guys to be able to start doing this as soon as possible. And I'm going to plug as much money into the pool fund as I can in the budget that the city council will, you know, likely approve. And then, you know, as we go down into it, we might have to do budget, we could do a budget amendment. You know, we have money in reserves, you know, we could tap into that. So there's all sorts of different ways to fund it. We just want to make sure that we're spending in the right area.
and I think that like if we go with what our top ones are, and we have them price that out, and do that, then we'll know by, you know, like the next meeting.
And just know, like, accessibility, that's gonna happen. Like, that's, to me, that's an ethical decision that we have to do. So you can eliminate that from your priority list, because it's...
And you said that list did work, right? They just weren't using it correctly?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you had said in the list, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But, so like, you know, bathroom upgrades, shade options, lighting, furniture, and slide were really the top ones.
And if you look at
Now,
shade and furniture, those are things that we,
Do we need to be specific on, you were just saying, oh, we're gonna trash this place and build something new? Or do we, how specific do you need to, like, if we're gonna get new bathrooms, how far do you wanna go with that? I mean,
Well, I think they're just gonna price it out and then give us options of what to do and and stuff. Kathy, what were you saying?
well, I'm saying like shade and furniture, let's say we did go with, in the future, a new brick facility, or the shades and furniture can move along with everything. That's not something, I mean, that's something that's viable now and will stay viable, so.
And same with like the slide. That would
Right,
be-
and exactly.
that
Those
would
are
be
things we
something.
move with, if we did put up a new bathhouse.
The only thing that wouldn't would be the stuff in the bathroom, but.
Yeah, but if we put up metal walls, couldn't you take those down, move them into, you know, how, you know,
Maybe, yeah.
that's a thought.
It's possible. Like, sometimes those rust and fuse, and, you know, it's easy to put them up. Sometimes it's really hard to take them down after a few seasons. So, yeah, some of it could definitely go.
But I think like when we were in the bathroom, you know, when we did that walkthrough, it's just very easy just to do stuff cheaply, not cheaply, but cost effective, and still make it look nice. You know, we can get volunteers to go in there and paint and make it look nice, and just getting the new faucets and doing the little stuff to the bathroom.
You talked about maybe sealing that floor up and making the floor nicer.
Yes.
I think that's part of what skeeves people out is, you know, that.
And that you can do cheaply.
Yeah.
Like epoxy or something.
Epoxy, So.
There's just something about those wooden stalls.
Yes.
Do you remember the shower handle? In the shower, it was like a string with a wood, like, thing you just pulled down. It's like trauma. Like,
So, just doing that stuff, I think, so if we do our top ones.
All right, so if I'm hearing you, like, we're gonna do the accessibility, like, that's gonna happen.
So that's
Shade.
Not on our plate.
the
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Shade, bathroom, slide,
And
furniture, and lighting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the lighting's not to
You
talk
said
about
lighting?
that, but it scores high on like the question about what would you like to see more of, so I feel like it
Yeah.
should still be a priority.
Well, and we did get a lot of feedback about more night swims, that lighting is
Yeah.
mandatory for night swims, so, that's something I already told the guys, like, we're likely gonna go in that direction, so.
And one of the things that, I know, I saw on a survey, and a couple people have mentioned it to me, is just having those lap swims for people that do work the 9 to 5, that can't get there at noon.
Like, is that the definition of night swim? You know
So,
what I mean? Like,
yeah,
not a
so
midnight
like-
swim, but just a later in the evening.
Yeah, so later in the evening.
Well, when I was, 2 years ago, I lap swim and, or 3 years, whatever. We lap swim the same time they had water aerobics, which was I believe it was 6 o'clock, I don't remember. So it just come at 6 o'clock, there's 2 or 3 of us doing laps, and then the water aerobics was, they were operating as well. It was right after the swim team practice, if there was a swim team. Is that something looked into too, swim team?
It wasn't us that was gonna look into it. It was,
No,
I think,
they won't come back here until they get a board put together and a coach.
Okay,
So until
so that won't be.
there's
anything
interest in
too-
that, they'd have to come back to us to say, hey, can we come back? So, and I would think that we just don't address that right now and let it
Sure.
come to us.
Yeah, I think we have because there's probably.
Yeah.
Something that I wonder if we should maybe put on our radar too, and it was mentioned in the survey about maybe people not even really realizing that there's a pool back there. Maybe we could have like some signage drawn up, not just for at the pool, but at the turn, you know, where, I know right now there's a real small sign, but if we got a bigger sign that, you know, pool, a good sign that draws your eyes.
So
to
with the signage, just FYI, it takes about 6 months to get it approved by the Department of Transportation. Anything that's on the state, that's on the state highway has to.
Welcome to the system.
Right, but what you could do, well, and that's kind of the reason I wanted a big shade, you know, something that you could see from the street, like, oh, what's that over there?
Can we put a sign if Fleming's approves it on their storage building?
Yes and no. If the DOT determines that it is highly visible from the state highway, no matter how far off of it is, they have final say of it.
What? That's ridiculous.
I
It's not even on.
What if we get one of those like guys who blow a fan up into them and they're.
Yeah.
It gets us.
Actually, we're gonna have one of those next year at our house with Santa Claus.
Oh, perfect. We
Yeah.
can just borrow yours.
Yeah.
Like the real estate signs on the yard,
Yeah.
we just do something like that on the corner there, you know, like.
Yeah.
stick it in the garage.
There's things we could do. I just want to set a realistic expectation that the DOT takes signage very seriously. Like they're giving us like pushback on having a sign promoting the museum. Very tasteful sign on private property, but you know, right off the state highway. And,
So regardless, we can add that to the, look into it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Back to like the shade and bathhouse stuff. Like my first thought, as far as shade goes, I think that we should pick something that we can either A, move it when we redo the bathhouse, or B, it'll get us by for the next at least 5 years, and then when we do, if we do, tear down the whole bathhouse, it's not something that we're like, oh, we spent way too much money on that, and we're gonna just tear it down. So like my first thought would be like the big shade triangle.
The sunshade.
Yes.
Yes,
Because I think
that
that
was
could be
my
pretty,
original thought, too.
cost effective as far as just putting in 4 poles on each corner of that pad with the big shade on top.
Yep.
And
And done correctly, those can actually look really neat
Yeah.
too. You
Yeah.
know, if you have them at different angles and have different colors and,
The
you know,
only
it
thing
can.
is water
it-
collection on those so badly.
What was that?
Water collection is really tough on those.
Oh.
I mean, I think they're very cool too, and I like that, but, we have some friends that have those out in Colorado, and the water collection is,
Even if they're like at an angle.
well, I'm not sure about how the angle is, but I've seen it cause problems at other places, but. that
like if
might
you
be
think it
very-
could get us, like say we do have a 5-year plan, I mean, after 5 years, would it last, or is it something like, oh
Yeah,
no, we have
I
to
don't
replace
know.
this every year?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
And they are pretty
cost
much,
effective.
yeah. But
Maybe
the
we'll all
thing
go buy a
is-
lottery ticket. and we can-
But they'll give us like a list of,
Yeah, what we'll do is, you know, like right now, Point Vision is looking at a shade structure for the pickleball courts. So we'll start with what they're looking at, and this will have to be a little bit bigger than what they're looking for. But they already have some companies that they found that do sunshade type of structures. And it's just like you were talking about, like big metal poles that bolt into the cement. You know, we'll anchor them, and then, if we ever want to move them or whatever, just, unscrew them.
So is our goal to cover that entire area to the east that big, you know, where all the picnic tables were. So we want to, run with that completely shaded, right?
And there used to be a little pool there.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think you should shade that entire area. It's a great party area. It'd be nice to sit and work there, you know, if you've got kids at the pool, sit there with the laptop. It's far enough away from the pool, you're not gonna get wet.
And I think that's a really good idea, Sarah, to do something cool and shady, but temporary, because, like, if we redo the bathhouse in 3 to 5 years, you know, the shade section could be part of the building.
Yeah.
And then we're not tied to what we just did, or we're not tied to the dimensions of what we just did.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you remember before the splash pool was built, there was like a wooden shade. I don't know, do you call it?
I know that.
Like it was just slatted,
Yeah.
slatted on top, and it was all wood. It was
okay,
wood.
I remember that, okay.
And I don't know, maybe they picked that knowing that it was, maybe that was cheap at the time. I don't know,
Yeah.
that would be another thing to look into. Because they tore it down just to put the splash pool in.
Yeah. Okay. And
So
then-
we'll start drawing up options, knowing that that's a high priority, yeah, and then, like, we won't make any decisions without getting input, you know, so we'll start to gather the information, put it in a folder, email it to you guys, say,
So then, will we have input on like options?
yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Like, I don't, I know I don't wanna make the decision, cause I'm like, maybe you don't like the colors I choose, mine would be Greek flag colors.
So, when we see the different options, and we make that, then do we just go to the city council meeting and ask their permission?
It won't quite work like that, like, it'll go on a capital improvement plan,
Okay.
which we have, and then when the timing is correct, so like the bathhouse upgrades, we have money in the budget for, you know, for this fiscal year, which means a lot of that stuff is going to get done before the pool opens. You know, a sunshade, we might not even be able to get a sunshade that size installed by the pool opening, you know, that might be a middle of the summer installation, just depending on, you know, if we can even get the materials. So kind of have to put everything together, put each project on the capital improvement plan, and then we use the capital improvement plan to inform us on, okay, this needs to go, you know, in March, this needs to go in April or May, and then each time we go in front of the city council with the specific project in the budget.
Okay.
So it'll just, you know, it'll, like the bathhouse I'll probably give that to them as a project in March to the city council to approve it with funds that we have. And then, you know, the team will know that there's things that we need to accomplish before the pool opens. I'd love to get a sunshade in there before the pool opens, but again, you know, with tariffs and supply shortages, like some of
Right.
these things aren't in stock and it
We can
takes.
try.
What was that?
We can try, you know.
Of course, we're gonna try, yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I'm just trying to set realistic expectations, just in case, you know, there's something that we can't get our hands on, and we probably don't want to settle, you know, if there's something that we really like, and it's gonna be, you know, June, you know, instead of.
Oh, they're gonna, I know the lifeguard chairs were kinda,
Yeah, that was another thing, and, yeah. What do you have?
Oh, nice. Those are cool.
What's the company name that does, you know?
Century?
Century.
The website is non-existent on here. How much was, why did I not write that down? You have to request a quote.
Okay.
So I just found these and I didn't go through with as far as getting a quote for them. But this website was a good website. I wish I wrote it down, why didn't I? But they also had like umbrellas
I was gonna ask you.
and benches and different things. But I wish I would have done that.
That's right, if you find it, will you
I
just
forget
email me or text
also
me?
lifeguard chairs.
Yeah, Dave put it up there.
They did, okay, I couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
and so like these ones, the reason I printed this out is because I really liked it. These ones, it's coming from somebody who was a lifeguard and has been to many pools at many different levels. This one It also has like an umbrella holder, so I'm not sure the shape of our umbrellas we have now, but those umbrellas can fit in here. There is a cup holder, so like if lifeguards wanted a water up there, they can have it, but it's also, very like spacious, I guess. I don't wanna say that, but it doesn't take up as much space as we have down there now.
Yeah.
Not that that's an issue, but
I think the seats were terrible.
What?
On those,
yeah,
the
the
old
ones we have
seats
now.
are just,
And the base of those is fiberglass, and the coating has worn off of them, so
Yeah.
anybody that touched those got fiberglass in their fingers,
Yeah.
feet. The lifeguards had to put towels down to get
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
This is like what Elkader has,
Mhm.
and I think they're made out of like that hard plastic,
Composite of some kind.
high density polyethylene. Strong, durable, and low maintenance. Anyway, I'll find the website on that, but, so.
Thank you. Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
oh, I was just wondering if those would be under, like you said, the steps are kinda on a certain maintenance, would that be under that? Or-
Probably. I mean, it's good to know that that coating is worn off. That's really, I don't think that's something that the guys look too deeply at, so it's, I'll bring that up and we'll get some costs on those. Yeah, if we could roll those into the costs that we have in the budget for this fiscal year, that would be really good.
And they have wheels, there's a wheel kit.
Is that good or bad?
Well, like to move on.
Oh.
So like, the ones we have now are so big, and every
Yeah.
once in a while they move them, either to a new space, or like when swim team was there, they had to move them.
Oh, got it. All right. So
So-
nobody can roll it?
No, like the whole thing would have to be tipped
Okay,
down,
good.
and then roll.
Yeah. I think some
You can't just roll yourself into it.
Yeah.
No.
You need
Right.
class.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you have kind of the outline of what to price and stuff?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And does anybody have any other questions? Because I'm just gonna skip, kind of skipped around.
Yeah, we kind of.
But, moving down to, C, letter C.
I think that's kind of what we're doing, maybe.
Right, does anybody else have anything for, okay, long-term, grants,
Well,
funding?
This is the information that we've been needing to do anything with that, so I think, we'll have to decide, what do we specifically wanna ask the grants for versus what we wanna see if the city will take care of. I don't know if it'd be like furniture and shade, or.
Yeah.
I guess that would be my thought, if we do it that way.
Or the slide, 'cause I know.
Sometimes they have stipulations, so you might have to have a conversation with them and find out what sort of things they're funding and what they're not.
Yeah.
Because say, for example, if they were doing grants for upgrades, and we have money for upgrades, we could shift that money into amenities, we have grant money for upgrades.
Yeah.
So maybe if we talk to them, then we could figure out where to move the money to make it.
I think that they gave, which is, this shocks me, the Edgewood Golf Course got a shade system. And I think it came from Mississippi Gaming
Okay.
to the golf course.
Okay.
So I can check because
Yeah.
that's a cousin of Dean's, so I'll find out.
That would
But I
be
think that's what they got there.
When I was looking through what they had given out for this last year, I think there was a lot of ones that were, and most of them were under 25,000, but there was quite a few for a few thousand, and I would think we could ask for maybe a slide, or maybe we could ask for the furniture to come from that. But that opened January 1st, so we're already a month or so behind.
But now we have some.
Yeah, now we know.
Information,
Yep.
yeah.
Now we know.
Before we move on from the grant part, so I have these and I can get prices for them. Do you want me to find the benches and stuff like that? So that if you did figure this out,
Yeah.
that the Upper Mississippi, whatever, will let us do furniture, that we have something.
That'd be awesome.
So there's a couple different options. Have you guys seen those metal picnic tables or benches that they're coated in a rubber?
And then you don't climb over them, you walk into them. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
The ones
so
that are
they're really
broken out.
heavy,
Yeah.
and they're, I don't know if the school has them.
I don't know.
But I did price out some of those, and they can run anywhere from 600 to for one bench, but you can come in like red and blue and all those colors. But that would be something, if we got that good quality and we're able to get that through the grant, that we could keep those for many years.
Yeah.
Correct.
They could,
That's your one.
stick with us. So, some of them are like the benches, like just, one single bench with a back. And then they have ones that are like picnic table style.
Because right now we have just the wooden benches there.
Yeah, so it would be just like those, but made out of metal with that thick rubber coating. I can just find those anyway and bring them or send them or whatever, so we can look at them at least.
That'd be great.
And then what about individual shade areas?
Like cabana type thing.
Like just little umbrellas, so like if me and you wanna go to the pool, we put our chairs together and there's an umbrella there.
Yeah, that sounds.
I think that's good to have like a couple at least throughout the pool, especially like even putting a couple like in the baby or the splash pad area, because there's always those parents that have to sit in there with their kids. And,
Yeah, we put in her upgraded furniture, lounge chairs, tables, etc. So,
yeah.
yeah, or even like some resort style furniture, just, I don't know, for beautification, I guess, but kind of see what you can find, and then everybody can maybe kind of look some things up too, if you have some ideas in mind, and we'll bring it all together.
Okay.
All right.
What's up, Fletcher?
Hey, John.
We're so official.
We're all above the law.
And then look for the grant, and then we'll talk about fundraising.
Yes.
Yep. Career fair, going to that March 24th. The link, so I could do the QR code,
The link for the...
their
Oh,
application.
yeah, okay.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make a note here.
Then I can just I'm gonna do little cards, attach them to rubber duckies, and they're gonna have the QR code for them to apply.
I think you should bring the, if you can get your hands on the red lifeguard tube, that says lifeguard on the front.
Oh,
You like have set up with you?
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Hey, Brian, or a life jacket or something, because I remember, when I was a lifeguard, we would do that. We would go to the career fair, and we would bring, life jackets, and then all the little kids or people that walked through got to like try on. Maybe it wasn't the career fair, maybe it was something else. But it was fun, we had, made the kids put on life jackets as fast as they could and run something.
That's cool too. I was thinking, if you didn't want to do rubber duckies, you could do like lifeguard whistles too. Like get lifeguard whistles in bulk and hand out lifeguard whistles. Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
Oh my god, that would be fun, and they would hate us, and I would love it.
Well, and then the parents get tired of whistles, we'll send them all to school.
Right?
As long as they don't bring their whippets to
Well, they're all
school.
high schoolers that come.
Yeah.
So,
Although the teachers would be, like,
right?
they always,
Fun haters.
Yeah, get
Right.
your hands on the tube.
So, when are we going to start really promoting applications?
Usually we start in late February, early March.
Okay.
Now, anybody that worked last year, we have them in the system, like there's no paperwork. If they want to get rehired and work the summer again, like they're great, we're already in the system. So
Yeah.
that'll be a huge...
I think maybe that's a conversation too that we need to have with Kristen.
Yeah.
You know, was there somebody that you just don't want to see come back?
Yeah.
And
So,
that-
yeah, I think you guys should get with her, find out what
Yep.
that schedule looks like, and that's a situation where you tell us when you want to start promoting it, and, we can put a link on the website, we can put a Facebook post up.
Again.
Yeah.
Cindy, I talked to her Sunday at Mass, and she said she's planning on coming back as just a manager. Okay, and I don't know if you'll talk to her or not.
Kristen did, and Kristen told me, so.
Is she, Kristen, gonna do it too?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I hope Katie comes back as lifeguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hoping there's an intern who will come and take her job now.
Okay.
She was so we're hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will get with Kristen and kind of go over some things, and then we'll get did you guys wanna do the flyer to post it for the hiring, or do you want us to do
I
it?
mean, we have a pretty standard one, we could reuse that if you want it to look prettier and you've got the bandwidth to make a pretty one.
I'll make a
you might-
pretty
you
flyer.
might-
All right.
Yeah.
You probably would make a little pretty one, would you?
I would, but I would hire a graphic designer and they're not gonna, yeah.
Enough fire.
Yeah,
I know good
yeah.
art when I see it, but I can't make it, yeah.
Nick's got a really good skills in something too.
Good with Canva.
Right.
Canva makes
yeah.
Canva, that's what I do. I am the pro,
Yeah,
I'm
but
a pro.
Canva, when I use Canva, it looks great when you pick the template, and then when you start putting your own stuff in there, I'm like, okay, this doesn't look anywhere near as good as like the template. Yeah.
And also just a heads up, a couple days ago, the Independence Aquatic Center posted that they are having a lifeguard certification class offered May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So keep that on our radar for when we do start
Oh,
getting
Memorial Day
applicants,
weekend.
that we are all aware that there will be a class in Independence. And if we have enough people that need to be certified, I have some contacts with people that could come in and do them for just our
A
people.
group
If
one.
we have enough, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Look for independent ones, but then if needed, we'll just do.
yeah. I think we have, it's far enough in advance, and maybe, I don't know if the class fills up or not,
Perfect.
but,
What are we looking for, opening date this year?
What do we usually do? When's the pool usually open, do you remember?
Easter.
Um,
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day
I
weekend.
think. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
so,
we have to also be careful with school.
yeah, we'll have to figure out, and we won't know anything about school, so.
Right.
And does that painting have to be done yet? Is that going to be done this year?
Just the pool was painted, so there's just some last minute touch-up work
Okay.
that has to get done, but that'll just take a day.
Okay.
We've got to put numbers and stuff on, so yeah, it's very minor, the bulk of the work's
Okay.
already done.
Mhm.
Stairs, we have to see what the schedule is.
Yeah.
And we're at the mercy of the state engineer, so, we have to have drawings made from the Swales engineer, submit them to the state, and then we're at the state's mercy. And we can tell them, hey, we'd love to have this by pool opening, so the sooner we can get that project started, the better.
Okay.
And for the stairs, just so I have a clear picture in my head, are we thinking about putting those stairs like where the kiddie section is now? Is that where we're thinking the stairs
Oh,
are
I would
going?
presume, I would
hope
presume
not,
so.
but-
Okay,
Oh,
because that's what I've been picturing, I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that, you know, we were all thinking
I
of the same
think
thing.
that was what we talked about.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's the
Will
only
the stairs
place
go
that-
all the way into the pool, or just cover the existing?
Well, it just do that one section, like,
Like that one.
because
little-
I don't wanna like take out all of that
Mhm.
seating, because there
Right.
are parents that do
Yeah.
sit there to watch their
My
little
kids, too.
kids when they have older kids over there.
Mhm.
So you don't wanna take away like the whole
Yeah.
space.
Mhm.
Well, the state will mandate, if we're going to put stairs, the state mandates the height, the depth, the tread, the everything, so.
So we'll have to do that first.
Yeah, we'll have to, see-
Okay.
we'll see how far it goes, and
Yeah.
if that's what we wanna do. I know that we'll do the minimum required by law, but, you know, if it's too much, then, you know, maybe we choose not to, I don't know if it would be that, but.
Well, I entered the pool from that end every time I went swimming, and the first drop off is 1.5 feet, and then the next one's 1.5 feet. And I just, as I looked at that, it'd be real easy to put a step and a step,
Yeah,
done.
yeah, I don't know if they allow us to do that,
Right.
yeah, that'll be the kicker, so.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm no fan of state laws, you know, like I would rather us be able to do what we want,
Yeah.
but there's certain things that are probably better off,
Right.
you know.
And then maybe a railing there too.
Yeah, I think a railing would be a really important.
So one of the things, and I'll work with Kristen on like the hiring, that kind of stuff, who she doesn't want to see come back if they do with their
Yeah.
application. Then when we get applications, setting up those interviews and
Okay.
doing that. I'll work with her on that process and I'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
Kind of. And then.
Yeah, I mean, and we're planning on, let the managers hire the
Yeah.
staff. Like, there's no need for us to be re-interviewing people, so
Yeah.
if Kristen is coming back as the manager, you know, she'll have the team that she wants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Promotional efforts, one of the things that, and I guess it was answered too on here, was just promoting those pool passes.
Yeah.
So, you know, what can we do more, to get people to purchase pool passes?
Yeah.
Well, what if maybe they purchase before a certain date, that would be a little bit lower in price?
Yeah.
Sometimes you see that on bulk packages, maybe that would be an incentive.
I would maybe reach out to some area businesses too, like maybe if somebody gets a pool pass, maybe Natings would donate some ice cream cones. You know, maybe Embers would donate some coffee drinks, or, you know, like maybe something along those lines where, you know, they can buy a pool pass and go get something free.
So many years.
I wonder
Yeah.
if we should also promote, like last year, do you remember how many people stepped up and bought pool passes for people?
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
maybe we
yeah.
should promote a gift a pool pass, you know, like really promote that, and, you know, I don't know if you could lower the price a little bit or something, I don't know, so people could gift more people pool passes,
And
or
There are almost more
sponsor a
people
pool,
who
or
bought
sponsor a
it.
family, or
Yeah.
something like that.
And maybe
A pool gift, a
also,
pool pass gift, or.
Yeah.
one of the things that I thought about too is, and I'm just, but is having a pool pass swim night, like when the pool opens,
You
having
can only get in if you have the pool
Yeah.
pass.
just to like say
Like
thank
VIP?
you, yeah, like a
Uh-huh.
VIP night, like thank you for purchasing a pool pass,
Sure.
that kind of thing. So,
Going back to that from the gifting a pass, I think we had more people offer to gift than we had
Mhm.
families that had been nominated to do it, if I remember right, so
Yeah.
I like that idea. And then there's someone here that said that pool pass is too expensive, so if we kind of know of some families.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways,
Absolutely.
other promo stuff, the Strawberry Days float, which we have 2 kids that won the prize to ride on the
Yeah.
float.
I think
Make
that's
sure
what
that
they
happens.
do, that's a really good idea.
That'll be really fun.
I think you can get a banner really cheap, like advertising the pool, and put on there like, you know, the bullet points of pool parties,
Oh, yeah.
like everything that we have.
Yeah.
You know, I think those banners are pretty cheap,
yeah,
but design a cool pool. Something to put on the back of the float
Yeah.
that says,
yeah.
join our lifeguard team, or, you know.
We can have like pyrotechnics and fireworks shooting out of the truck.
Well, we used to be able to like, you know, have hoses and water balloons.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Maybe not.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, then the open house someone mentioned as part of the fundraisers, I think. you mentioned that.
Karaoke
Mentioned that.
night.
Yeah, open house.
And
Oh my
then,
gosh,
like,
Karaoke.
yeah,
karaoke. Well, we don't know if we have the equipment though. You mean, do it in town, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
find equipment for that.
Oh, yeah.
sneak peek pictures on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah,
people
well,
use
Kids
these
have
days.
it at home.
Flood Facebook.
Yeah.
But anyway, yep.
I really think Free Fridays would be super fun, like Free Swim Fridays. If we could get area businesses to foot the bill for a Friday night swim, you know, I think that would bring a lot of families into the pool for a free night of swimming. That would be fun to bring the pool some height.
Well, maybe if we get, you know, like the food trucker thing too,
Yeah.
also on Fridays,
Absolutely.
if that would help run a free Friday.
Well,
Yeah.
that's something that we, so are we gonna pursue, some kind of, food, there besides the food truck?
You mean
I
some
think
regular
that's-
concessions?
Yeah, that's on here.
That is on there?
So, going next, is there any update that we need to know from the city council? I just threw that on here just in case.
Any updates that, city council hasn't discussed the pool
Perfect.
in months, yeah.
And then insurance, everything there. you
Yeah,
guys take care
I'm
of?
actually talking I just had our insurance presentation the other day, our initial one, and so we're talking about some of the things that we talked about down at the pool, including, you know, food. That'll obviously be a different level of insurance if we're gonna be heating and selling stuff that's opened, you know, like right now, we're restricted with our food license to just prepackaged stuff. So that would definitely be a new business venture. I should say relatively new. I knew that they used to do hot dogs and stuff down there.
Yeah.
So we can look into that. I don't know if it would be a huge moneymaker or not, so
Yeah.
not sure if it's worth the effort or not. But, you know, the food trucks seem to do pretty well down there, so that's at least some evidence that some hot dogs would be sold.
Yeah. And I do have, like, food service concession stand considerations. I have my meeting with the state person for the Diamond
Oh, cool.
in March.
Okay.
And I did talk just a little bit with him about, you know, if we did want to do something at the pool, like, would they get the same certification that we did, that kind of stuff. And he explained that yes, that it's the same certification. And what it is so, like, I can't serve raw meat. Like, I can't do anything raw. Everything that I do is pre-cooked. I just...
Yeah, it's the serve
cook
safe.
it. Yes, it's the
Yeah.
serve safe,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
But I can do, like, frozen chicken tenders or pizza or,
Roast
you
duck.
know, hot dogs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the good thing with that is Kristen is on my board for the concession stand. She's on the concession stand with me. So we both can be certified, and that way she is certified to do that.
Okay.
And it would be the same licensing.
Good. And then how do you handle the insurance and stuff like that? Or,
So, you guys, we don't have, like, which is weird, the insurance, because
Yeah.
we just have the ballpark insurance that falls on us. Like, we don't have a specific
yeah, we have to.
insurance.
We have to, because if somebody did get sick, God forbid died or whatever.
Yeah, and that just falls on our ballpark insurance, like our junior stars ballpark insurance.
Yeah.
Is what that falls on.
Yeah, all of ours is, and I mean, it will fall under one of the umbrellas. I just have
Yeah.
to see what it's going to do to the premium. It won't be much. I mean, it'll be
Yeah.
tolerable, but we definitely have to have a specific line item for that. Like
Mhm.
municipalities are just, the insurance coverage for municipalities
Yeah.
is just a whole different beast.
Definitely. But yeah, I can get some
Yeah.
more information from him in March into what we need to do.
Yeah. We need an
And
equipment list too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then if you and I can have pricing for that and everything, because right now I'm pricing for
Oh, good.
the concession stand, because we're getting a couple of new things.
Cool.
So I can have all of that at our next meeting, and we can go over that.
Thanks, Katie.
Yeah.
I know it's not my meetings, but I was thinking about the Free Swim Friday and the food trucks. And my thought on that would be, almost in a selfish way, thinking about it, maybe not have a food truck on the same night that it's already free. That way, when it's already free, they spend money at the concession stand on those snacks, especially
That's a good
if,
idea.
perchance, you do get some sort of warm
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Then on days that it wouldn't be free, so maybe Wednesday night, or Wednesday's busy with churches and stuff, but like a Monday night swim or something, like have them there on different days throughout the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea, especially when you.
That way you're,
Mhm.
they're just bringing them to the pool for the food that's already there.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good idea.
Yep. Thank you.
You can be on the committee.
Right? Does anybody have anything additional that they would like to bring up?
I do.
Okay.
So Daryl reached out to me today, and he's currently the chair of the committee, and he would like to step down from that position
Okay.
because of just all the things that he's been dealing with this year with his health and just trying to kind of focus on what he needs to do. He doesn't feel like he was able to do that right now. So he wants to stay on the committee as a member. He doesn't want to be chair anymore.
Okay.
So we've got to kind of figure out what that's going to look like, and then I know we've all got different terms, like some people are one-year terms, some people are two-year terms. Just want to kind of, I guess, check with everybody, like, do you want to stay on the committee? And if so, if your term is up, you know, kind of figure out what we do next, I guess. But if you have anybody that you want to suggest to the committee, or if anybody just
Is
wants
there
to
a
step
time
down.
frame for when this all
I think
Next meeting. Yeah, they should have it at the next meeting.
Next meeting.
Well, because you're gonna have to you'll have to nominate a new chair.
Okay,
And vote on
yeah.
that.
Well, I think it meant we had to, like,
What?
okay, sorry.
What?
I
Oh,
was
no, I'm sorry.
thinking that we had to,
No, you have to nominate
decide,
a chair
but,
for the next
okay,
meeting.
gotcha.
Oh, yeah, no, I was thinking have the discussion next meeting, yeah. And then you should have nominate a new chair and have a vote on that.
I'll add
Do
that to
new
our
members go with that
agenda.
too? New chair, new members, new?
Well,
Well, let's
new
stop
members,
with-
that probably wouldn't be till like June, but I think the terms are for at least through.
Just for chairman.
Right, right.
That would be
yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah, just, I was thinking only about the chair, like the
Yeah.
chair, because you don't want to go without a chair,
Yeah.
so.
Got it.
But I just wanted to make sure that people keep in mind, like, what your term is and what you want the future of your position on the committee to be.
And we can print the chart and put it in the next packet.
That'd be great.
And
Okay.
that
Can
way
you do that?
everybody knows, who's up and who's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is there, I don't know how this works, but, say someone was a one-year term, but they'd really like to stay on for a two-year term, and somebody else wants off of their two-year term and would rather be on a one-year term, can you, is that fluid, or you,
I mean,
kind of what?
it's abnormal, but we can, the reason
We've
there's
not
1 year
done
and 2 years
anything
is
about
only
it.
the initial years, so that you don't have the whole committee turnover at once.
Right.
So all of the terms are technically the same length, but when we started the committee, certain members started 2 years into their 3 years, some started 1 year into their 3 years.
Okay.
Right, just so to have a staggered. So if you start mixing it up, it gets really confusing.
Could that kind of go by how much of a demand there is for people to be on this committee? For instance, if there's 5 or 6 people who'd like to jump in, I think some of us can step down, I guess.
Yeah, and if somebody,
And if there's nobody, we'll just keep going.
yeah, I mean, it's better to just, if somebody really needs to step down and they have 2 years left, it's better to just have somebody come in, finish that term. Otherwise, you're getting into okay, well, I'm gonna take his term and she's gonna take mine, and it gets really confusing to keep track of it all.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but at some point, everybody will have the exact same term, right? Like, once the committee gets 3 years into it, then everybody will be on a cycle. Yeah.
Okay,
I had one thing to add.
okay.
When we were talking about prices for things to improve, on your list, did you put something about sound system?
It was on there, it was a very low priority, on
Is that something you're gonna look at or not?
the,
I'm just bringing it up.
it doesn't seem to be in the top 5 or 6.
Right.
So I think it's probably something to put off until we get some of the bigger things done.
No argument. It's-
I mean, again, that's not my decision, that's just what the staff suggested, so if you wanna reshuffle that priority
I don't
list.
think that, if we wanted a sound system, that's not hard to get something and a little microphone that's not that tough to do.
Remember that one in the 80s, the television commercial,
Yeah.
when that went over the radio? You guys don't even remember this. It was the most popular TV commercial. It was, they had a microphone that went over your radio.
Oh.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Like a CD?
No, it was like a microphone that would take over your radio. So you put it on a certain frequency and,
Oh, that's cool.
well, the commercial was totally cheesy. Like, guys were like driving their car like, hey ladies, It was so funny and wrong. But this is the 1980s. Unfortunately, I remember.
But there was a really good song on in the background.
There was not. I'll find it and email.
I thought you were talking about that guy with the corn.
Oh, no, it was called-
WKRN?
It's called Mr. Microphone, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, it is classic, yeah. Fine.
Anybody else have any additional items?
Any what?
Any
Triumphs?
Items,
Items.
additional items.
Okay, perfect. So deadlines, let's just go over this really quick. Sarah, you're gonna look at the benches, the chairs.
Will you need help
And-
on March, whatever, 24th?
Nope, I have that covered, thank you. And then I'll get the, flyer. Dino, you're gonna be working on all of getting people to get us pricing.
Yeah, I got my list here.
Randy and Kathy are working on grants.
So we'll have to get together. Choose a date.
And then I'll work with Kristen, you know what she needs. And then I'll also work on food things. And have that. Anything that I'm missing, Randy? I know it was like a really quick all over the place.
Yeah, you're gonna talk to Kristen, do the flyer, you know, we're gonna look at, or send the link to the application, print charter for next meeting, so yeah, I think that was everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we were gonna get together and talk about fundraisers for the
Perfect.
summer too. So I saw there was a request for some kind of like Kids Olympics type thing,
yeah.
which
Which
was
I
something
talked
we
about.
talked about
Yeah.
last year, so I was like, well, maybe we should kind of think about that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And just remember, go back to that chart that showed the attendance. Remember the attendance chart I gave you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where like attendance was just going like this the whole summer, and you know, as you think about these events, it's better towards the second half of the season to keep those numbers up.
Yeah. So next meeting would be so do Wednesdays work best for everybody?
Does for me.
It does for me because they can't have school events on Wednesdays, so that's always what works for me. And so you guys have a city council meeting on the 4th?
First and third Wednesdays.
Yep.
Yeah, the fourth
So,
on the.
should we just do March 11th?
Yeah. 6:15?
Yes. Or 6:17 for you and me. Already.
Sorry. I'm like,
Yeah, 6:17. My fault.
you can dock my pay. How's that?
Yep, so, nope, that looks good. So Wednesday, March 11th at 6:15 will be our next meeting, and meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
At 7:24. What? Oh.
Now it's official.